reading, writing, and arithmetic. And of course, that all-important fourth R, the arts. Today we're going to spotlight the arts in Tyler ISD. You're going to get a chance to hear from teachers, students, community members talking about the fourth R. You're going to hear some great performances as well. So just sit back, relax, get ready. Here we come with the fourth R. Welcome back. My name is George Faber. I'm the Director of Visual and Performing Arts for the Tyler Independent School District, and I'm here with Julia Rogers, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about where are you from? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a small town in Texas called Brady, Texas.
Brady, Texas.
Yes, and we had a wonderful marching band there.
Oh yes, Brady, Texas marching band. And who was the band director?
Butch Crudgington.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and he has to be probably the most influential person on me in music right now.
So is that why you're playing the flute now?
Absolutely.
And now where did you go to college?
I went to college at Angelo State University, where I studied music education, and I had a really good flute teacher there named Carol Darby, and she's one of the reasons why I stayed with the flute.
Wow, great. And as a flute player, what do you think some of the most important things were back when you were in high school that you needed to make sure, if you could go back, what would you actually go back and tell yourself that you really need to make sure that you do in high school as you're preparing for college?
What I would say is focus on what you want to do in college. However, be sure you are keeping your grades up, because it's not just the music that matters, it's also the core subjects and how that looks in your transcript. So be sure you keep your grades up and keep practice.
Excellent, excellent. At this point, talk to me a little bit about what you did after you got out of college. What did you do when you got out? Did you go out and play on the road? Did you go, what all did you do?
Well, when I got out of college, I originally set out to be a music therapist, and I had a full scholarship to Texas Women's. And I thought, well, stay back and teach a year and kind of see how that goes, and ended up loving it. I was an assistant band director at Wall, Texas, and I did that for 3 years. But while I was doing that, I was also a 4th and 5th grade music teacher, and I kind of got to notice that these kids can experience music just like the high school kids, and it was really interesting to me.
Outstanding. So in coming to Tyler, because when you came here, you came and applied as a music teacher at the wonderful school of
Ramey Elementary.
Excellent. And you've been there now for
3 years. 3 years. This is my 4th year.
4th year. Outstanding. And now what we'd like to do is we'd like to hear you play flute. And that's a beautiful flute. What kind of flute is that?
Haynes. It's a Haynes flute.
Did they give that to you at your school so you could take it with you, or did you have to buy that one?
Oh no, I had to buy this one. This is my prized possession.
Outstanding. We'd like to hear, what are you going to play for us today?
One of my favorite Irish tunes is Danny Boy, and so I love Danny Boy on the flute, so I thought I would play that for y'all today.
Wonderful. So right now Julia Rogers playing a traditional song entitled "Oh Danny Boy." That was incredible. Oh my goodness. An incredible version of O Danny Boy on flute. The previous fine arts director was James Williams, my mentor. That was one of his favorite songs, and I bet you right now he's smiling down going like, yes. That's why I can see him now. He was a great trumpet player, and that was one of his favorite songs. Thank you for doing that for us, and thank you for being a teacher here in TISD. We'll be back in just a moment.
Earl Campbell breaks a tackle at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, at the 50.
Hey, hi, my name is Earl Campbell, and I'm a graduate of TISD. I would like to say to you all, make sure you stay at TISD, get an education, and be good.
Hello, welcome back. My name is George Faber. I'm the Director of Visual and Performing Arts for the Tyler Independent School District. It's our pleasure to present former Tyler ISD student, Mr. DeMarcus Walker. Marcus, boy, that was incredible, man.
Thanks,
What that was Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder.
Correct.
Why did you pick that piece?
Well, I picked the piece because I wanted to dedicate it to my daughter, my 6-month-old daughter. Stevie wrote the song for baby. Was his daughter? Was
Yes,
his daughter?
for his daughter.
For his daughter.
Aisha.
So when we left the hospital, that was the first song I played in the car for my daughter. That's the first music she heard.
Oh.
So I wanted to dedicate that to her, and then also my wife and my mom, and all the women that are lovely in my life.
Isn't She Lovely? Yeah, that's a great tune. Now, you are Tyler ISD alumni.
Correct.
And you went to what schools?
I went to Orr Elementary, Dixie Elementary, Stewart Middle School, and John Tyler High School, and I graduated from the University of North Texas.
Outstanding. And not only did you graduate from North Texas, because, see, I graduated, thank you, Lordy. What did you graduate?
I graduated summa cum laude.
See, I don't even want to talk to you, man. I'm kidding. It's over. It's over. No, that's great, because a lot of people think that musicians are pretty much just musicians, and that we really aren't very academic.
And that's sad stereotype.
That's right, because most of our musicians in schools are usually the most academic, and usually are making the highest scores on SAT, ACT.
That's right.
The TAKS test, STAR test are usually our musicians. So I want to applaud you for continuing that. Talk to me a little bit about what caused you to get into music, and what kind of helped you motivated you on.
Well, my brother and my sister were in the band at John Tyler, and when we were little, they were playing the tuba, and my nephew and I, we just naturally went into band, but we also started in church playing the drums. Actually, before drums, we were singing. My nephew and I were singing in church. And then we started playing drums, and then the tuba and the bass, and then the piano came on. Particularly, I'm going to kind of testify in a way. When I'm talking about middle school, what really helped me, find my identity was having music. I'll be transparent if it helps someone else, is that in middle school, a lot of students at that age are finding themselves. They're trying to see who they are, where they want to fit in. They want to fit in the crowd, or where they want to be. And, when I got there to Stewart, I tampered with that type of finding myself and getting into, crowds and things that I naturally wouldn't be involved in, but just because you want to be accepted. Everyone wants to be in the crowd or popular,
Right.
So I made the hard decision, the tough decision then in middle school, that I was going to be DeMarcus. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. I just want to be me, because when I'm at home, I act a certain way. I wanted to stay me. So I made that decision, and I will tell you, it was the decision of a lifetime, because most people are trying to find themselves. Even adults don't even know where they are and where they want to be.
That's true.
So once I found that music was the outlet, music was the place that I could just be myself and just express myself. And I'll say that decision, any students that are listening, if you make that decision to find yourself and be yourself, irregardless of what other people think, it may not be the most comfortable thing. There were nights that I cried. I'll just tell you straight up, and I'm all masculine. But there were nights that I cried, because you do want to fit in. But thanks that I went and found myself and went in the direction that I did, I was able to go to UNT and graduate at the top of the class. I did not pay any money to go to UNT. I made money to go to UNT. I didn't pay one penny. And I also want to thank the Faulkner Scholarship, who was a great resource in that. But yes, that decision has allowed me to perform with Professor D now while I was in high school. And check out the band. It's ProfessorD.com and DeMarcusWalker.com. I also got to perform with the Dallas Brass while I was in college. I got to perform at the iTech International Tuba and Euphonium Conference in Tucson, Arizona.
Because he's going to keep going. Let me tell you, how many years did you make All-State?
2 years straight.
Let me tell you, making it one time is hard enough. To make it twice is even harder. And so I want you to know, incredible musician in high school, really put himself out there. And I can even remember when we were at All-State, the directors would be sitting back there when all the other All-State players would be out, gallivanting around. DeMarcus would be up there practicing. And all those guys were going like, man, that guy has got the discipline. He is going to make it. He's going to be at the top.
And can I just say one other thing? I know that for youth maybe listening to this, that we always hear the phrase "hard work pays off." You can be anything you want to be, but it is completely true. In anything that you get involved in life, anything, whether it's football, music, whatever, anything, you should give 100% of yourself to it. Because in my endeavors with Allstate, for students that may be trying to make it, and then when you get there and you don't make it that year and you get discouraged and you go back and you may not make it. Mind you, the first 2 years I didn't make it. And I kept trying to see what were the things that I needed to do, or where was, and what I found out was that when I got to my junior year, when I gave absolutely everything and left no excuses. I'm not saying be a workaholic and never take a break, because you do need to still take a break. But when you leave out of that room and you can say, I did my absolute best. If I make it, great. If I don't make it, great. If you can say you've done your absolute best, you don't need to be mad at yourself. You don't need to be frustrated at yourself or sad about anything, because that's all you can do.
And that's not only for music, but that's also for athletics. That's about
right.
math, science, social studies.
In anything.
That discipline is so important. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, we could talk probably all day.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do.
Yeah,
we
we
do.
do.
We talk all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you through. We have a song that we want to do for you. We're going to come back and we're going to jam. You need to stick around for this, because we just kind of he was good when he was in high school, let me tell you. But let me tell you now, you heard him just a little bit, but let me tell you, we're going to lay it all out on the ground for you. See, when y'all stick around and come on back and check us out when we do this little jam called Mr. Magic.
I am Henry Bell. I graduated from Bardwell Elementary, Hall Junior High, and Robert E. Lee High School. Following that, I graduated from the University of Texas at Austin with a degree in finance from the business school. I am currently the Chief Operating Officer of the Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce. I am Tyler ISD.
Hey, we'd like to do a tune for you now that is very special to us, called Mr. Magic. And we had a friend named Todd Henry who was, in our opinion, Mr. Magic. And there were several others that we all played, Abdu and Montreal, and there was so many other guys that we played with. Oh man, Oliver, yeah, boy, we had a great time. This is one of those songs that whenever we got together, for some reason they always said, hey, can we do Mr. Magic? So we're going to do this one for you. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching the Fourth R, our spotlight on the arts of Tyler ISD. We appreciate you for sitting there and just taking a few moments to learn about the Fourth R and to also listen to our students, teachers, alumni, and community members. We appreciate you so much for allowing your children to be a part of the arts of TISD. Please, if you'd like to know more about performances, go to your campus websites or the District Visual and Performing Arts website to get more information. Also, like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Remember, reading, writing, arithmetic, and that all-important fourth R, the arts.